Hello, everybody. So we had another unforgettable fight last night with Tyson Fury, who once again cemented his legacy as well, let's say number one for now anyway, heavyweight in the world. So yeah, he stopped Deontay Wilder in the 11th round. So if you have seen my prediction, you'll know that I did say that the fight will likely go, a bit longer than last time, which was 7 rounds, and that proved to be true. Well, I've seen several, well, at least one, one other guy predicted like a 10th round stoppage for Fury. So yeah, I mean everybody was expecting a bit better performance from Wilder this time, and they got it, because last time he I think only won the first round. So after the second round, he was nowhere to be seen in the fight, and this time he actually managed to put Fury down twice in the fourth round. But that was not enough, as we know, because Fury is made of iron and he always bounces back. And he did that, of course, because those knockdowns came late in the round. And so in the next round, he was back at it as usual. But he was the one who scored the first knockdown in the third round. That was a really nice combination. I think it was punctuated by a left hook. Yeah. So he has really learned to put his punches together. Fury from by his new trainer. I mean, no longer so new, but anyway, still Sugar Hill. Yeah, and it seems they really have a really good relationship, which is of course important because, for instance, when you had Kovalev and John David Jackson, that relationship was, I guess, pretty tense, pretty strained for a long time, I would say, because, there were issues about Kovalev with some racist stuff that he posted and such stuff. But this relationship is much better, of course, and that is evident. I think Tyson simply needed a trainer like Sugar Hill when he was fighting guys like Wilder because, as we saw in the first fight they had, just outboxing Wilder is not enough. It will not give you the victory in America, that's for sure. So, Tyson wouldn't leave it to the judges. And, as for Wilder, yeah, I mean, he did make an effort, and apart from those two knockdowns, he did slightly rattle Fury a couple more, 2 or 3 times later in the fight. Um, yeah, I mean, he really did make an effort, but as I said, as I expected, it just wasn't enough, uh, just wasn't enough simply because he actually looked pretty tired, like from round 8 or something. He started doing that kind of that kind of dance, the punch drunk dance. Yeah, he did. You did make an effort, so one must give him credit for that. But I, as I said, he still cannot. He can't change as much as necessary in order to beat Fury. That's simple. He's a puncher, and you cannot teach a puncher. You cannot convert a puncher into a boxer. That's simply I mean, it's easier to convert a boxer into a puncher, actually, if he has, any kind of pop. That is, like, for instance, Michael Nunn, he became a harder puncher, after, you know, when he knocked out Sumbu Kalambe with one punch in one round. And we back to Fury. It was impressive because he had been gone from the ring so long. That was one of my biggest concerns, because I did want to see him win, of course, this time as well. And because I simply find Wilder intolerable. Uh, but that was my concern, that he might not be in best shape, but he really was. And he proved that by pulling off a late stoppage, like that. Yeah. So there isn't really much to say, as I said. Yeah, I mean, who should Fury fight now? Well, of course, there are, I believe, not Deontay, Dillian White is a really viable contender if he gets past Otto Wallin. I mean, he should, but it's not given, that he will win that fight because Wallin has shown himself as a really good and viable contender against Fury himself. Actually, he had given Fury one of his toughest fights, actually. And especially after he came back. And of course, he may not be as hard puncher as Whyte. Yeah, I don't think he is, but he still is slightly taller, and he's a very tough guy. And he will make Whyte really work for it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he will not give him a free ticket to the world title fight. That's for sure. Yeah. And as for that fight, I will talk about it when it happens. Eventually, if it happens, Fury versus Whyte. But I definitely would like to see that. Because I think Whyte actually has a little bit, well, a little bit better chance than Wilder because he's not such a one punch guy like Wilder that only relies on his power. He does have some fundamentals. Yeah, but still, I don't think he can beat Fury. That's for that. I don't think so. Yeah. So all right. So that was it. Tyson Fury, let's say, effectively ended Wilder's career now, and it was about time, actually, because I don't think Wilder was a good champion. He was definitely not a gentleman, not a gracious. I mean, a true champion or gentleman does not dance or showboat when he knocks out somebody. How disrespectful is that? Come on, man. It's really disrespectful. So, yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. So, until the next time, see you. So long.